Cagayan de Oro Solon Rufus Rodriguez vows that Congress will pass a Bangsamoro Basic Law or BBL that will safeguard the welfare and serve the interests of all stakeholders. Rodriguez is the chair of the House Ad Hoc Committee on the BBL. More details from Freddie Abando.
The House Ad Hoc Committee on the Bangsamoro, chaired by Congressman Rufus Rodriguez, has been working full-time in conducting hearings and consultations on the proposed Bangsamoro Basic Law. To date, the Rodriguez Committee has spent time to meet with all the stakeholders from the core areas of the proposed Bangsamoro entity and other key areas of Mindanao. So far, consultations were held in 14 areas. There is overwhelming support for the proposed Bangsamoro entity. There are concerns on several provisions which could face constitutional challenge before the Supreme Court. House Defense Committee Chairman Congressman Rodolfo Biasan stressed the committee may amend any of these provisions to abide by the Constitution.
But not all can be satisfied by Congress. Simple. We have to craft a law that can stand constitutional examination. We have to be very careful about that. Otherwise, pag pinabayaan namin yan, ay magmumukha na magkabintanga. Ano po? So the next level is plebiscite. The people, sovereign power of the people.
Rodriguez stressed it is his commitment to ensure the proposed law will be acceptable to all the stakeholders. One major concern raised is the provision on the creation of the new Bangsamoro entity. Rodriguez said it will continue to be part of Philippine territory.
Bottom line again, I'd like to say the exercise is all fine and well. We'd like to be able to look at the validity of each of the House bill, but at the same time, whether or not it's going to be ultimately going to solve the problems in the South, because precisely the existence of the CAB is a different question.
It is in the nature of internal agreement between the government of the Philippines, the GRP, and a group in the Philippines called MILF. And this is not internal. It is not international.
We have to redress or compensate for the past that our brothers and sisters in Mindanao, including the Lumads, and even the Christian settlers who likewise have to share in the lack of peace and order in Mindanao. So, do we have a choice? In other words, I'm not saying that we should, that Congress or the lower house should approve with closed eyes the draft BBL. I'm simply saying that maybe it does need to be improved.
The heirs of the Sultanate of Sulu and Sabah expressed their concern the peace agreement signed by the government and the Moro Islamic Liberation Front is not inclusive for the entire Bangsamoro nation to include the Moro National Liberation Front. They cited the failure of the government in the past to implement the commitment in the peace agreement signed by the government and the MNLF. However, the government's chief negotiator, Professor Miriam Coronel, assured that all the issues raised by the MNLF were given attention and action in the course of the peace talks with the Moro Islamic Liberation Front.
Most of the parts of that agreement have been implemented, and those items that remain controversial have also been addressed in various provisions of the comprehensive agreement as well as the proposed Bangsamoro law. We are building on what has been put up, what has been established by way of the first agreement. We are building on that.
What we are here today is that we, as the honorable members of Congress, to search their souls and themselves to find a way whereby they can look at all the combatants and stakeholders to be given equal recognition and equal representation in Mindanao.
For the People's Television Network, this is Freddie Abando reporting.